Most people start journaling and then quit fast because they don't know how to make it work. The right journal can literally save your life in countless hours, setting you on a path of transformation. So grab a cup of tea, settle in, and I'll walk you through 3 life-changing journaling approaches that actually work. The first one is backed up by neuroscience, the second one is super easy, and the third requires you to become your own mentor. But why would you even want to change your identity? Well, if you go down the rabbit hole and discover why certain areas of your life remain unfinished, like career or relationships or love life, you realize it's about the way you perceive yourself and what you allow yourself to experience. So it all comes down to your identity and remembering who you truly are. One confession before we start. I'm a journaling junkie, and these aren't from past years, these are from this year. Each one matches a different approach that I tested, and I picked only the best ones for today's video. And you know what they say, the best things in life are wild and free. Here it depends on how extraordinary you want to go with your paper and pen ritual, and how wild your imagination gets. Let's jump right into the first approach. I can't believe I didn't try this one sooner. I got my eye on a pricey journal from a big influencer that would supposedly change my life. And then I realized, what if somebody else's product won't fit my needs? And in the world of AI, what can I get? So the first approach is a DIY method. We will take this step by step, but as a first thing, you have to prompt your AI assistant as your favorite leader, mentor, your favorite creative person, or if they are in business, Joe Dispenza, Louise Hay, whomever they might be. Tell your assistant to adopt the persona and ask the same probing questions that your mentor would ask you to accelerate your goals. We'll get to the details soon. But before that, I have a pro tip for you. If you want to keep your privacy secure, start using Lumo, an AI assistant from a company called Proton that keeps your conversation private and doesn't use your data for nasty training purposes. I actually prefer this cat over ChatGPT. Just saying, this is not a paid promotion, it's just a tool I trust. One crucial prompt you have to start with is, don't give me answers, lead me with questions. This one makes the journaling experience, and likely any other experience, uniquely yours. And on a serious note, you don't want to skip the introspection part. Next, ask the AI to generate a master plan. The length of this project depends on how much you want to invest in yourself. I started at 7 weeks and then stretched it to 6 months because the progress just felt amazing. Okay, let me walk you through my 7-week Joe Dispenza style approach with a clear goal of full-blown identity shift. Why did I pick Joe Dispenza? His neuroscience approach just always worked for me. I always experience results. My aim was to get rid of chronic procrastination. And I did. Of course, not only through journaling, it was one of the main parts, but I will also make a video about that. Now onto the 7 weeks, or let's say phases. And if you like the lock-in perspective, because it's a winter time now, the 1st to 5th step is the time to lock in. And after that, you gotta present your future self to the world. The first week is all about debunking your old limiting beliefs, old narratives that doesn't serve you, and how you honestly describe yourself. Your awareness of current reality is already shifting the reality. For me, it meant digging in, why do I chronically procrastinate without shaming myself or feeling guilty about it. The second week is diving deep into your identity statement. You can get as delusional as you want, as long as you stick with it. Yes, repetition is what strengthens new neural pathways. And why go big? The more expansive your statement, the stronger the mental rehearsal. The third week is where it all gets real. So now you have the clear picture of who you want to be. That means you have to start sprinkling tiny yet doable micro changes, micro habits, micro actions that support your emerging identity. The smallest steps that will help you overcome the resistance of your old self. It's all about taking action and also visualizing. You are still in the testing phase though, so don't overthink it, just experiment with it, flirt with the new, and start to remember your truth while being playful about it. Almost there. 4th week is all about building evidence. You will need evidence so you don't lose yourself in the process. This doesn't have to be external proof just yet, and it likely won't be because we're talking about identity shift. Think of it as a personal audit. So it's about how deeply you can tune into yourself, and reassess your confidence, physiological signals, emotions, and you'll start noticing the shift. The 5th week is resilience. Because as human beings, we sometimes face setbacks. And that should not stop you from your progress. You will be teaching your mental muscles reframing exercises, reframing your failures to your advantage. For example, I'm someone who can learn from setbacks instead of clashing out. These work the best when you picture yourself already as the person you want to become. You have to view the situation from your new awareness and ask yourself, would the highest version of you let you spiral, go into anxiety and depression? Or would they craft a smarter plan for next time? Would they be compassionate? Would they be confident? Just implement the future first in your mind. Phase 6 or week 6 is integration. This stage integrates the truth of who you are, because at the end, you must embody it to live it. Until now, it's been fun. You've been writing a few sentences each day into your new journal, sitting comfortably in your couch, and the integrity phase is coming at you, daring you to step out of your comfort zone and show up in your environment and social circle as your new self. Now is the right time to reevaluate your environment. Ask what environmental cues are supporting you, whether you can make changes that would be beneficial for your growth, or to have an accountability buddy in your social circle, or to see who is holding you back. So, kind of the external audit. You are likely the reflection of the 5 people you are closest to. In this phase, you also link your new identity to the long-term habits, rituals, and accountability systems. And finally, the 7th step is the finish line, living the new. If you haven't set up your long-term strategy yet, just ask your AI assistant to do it for you. And here's a little inspiration. Incorporate strict screen time limits. Let your mornings be dedicated to your growth only. And maybe try a new budgeting system. I did, and it worked out perfectly. But get yourself a plan not to fall into the old patterns. At the very end, you also get to refine your identity statement. This process may reveal that your original statement wasn't quite the ideal truth that you're after. Either way, give yourself some credit for how far you've come, and if you need to, make final adjustments. And after your AI assistant delivers a maintenance plan with Sunday check-ins, you're there, living the new. If you still stick around, you deserve a gold medal. The second approach is much easier, but equally rewarding. It's writing a gratitude journal. I hear you. You've probably heard it before and assumed it doesn't work because life gets hard. One thing we have to make clear here. It cannot be this type of toxic gratitude when all you can think of is how hard life gets, how you are in a dark place, while still trying to pretend that you like certain things and that you are thankful for them and yeah, okay, I'll be grateful. You know, that doesn't work. Despite Louise Hay would tell you that you have to be grateful before you see the results. But for today, let's flip the script. How to make gratitude journaling actually work. The great thing about being thankful in hard times is that it forces you to think. And it also pulls you out from the victimhood valley. Be as sarcastic and cynical as you want, I've been there too, but this approach will make you the main character of your life. Counting blessings is great, but for identity shift, it's not enough. Go higher, dream bigger. On your toughest day of the week, before you go to sleep, open your journal and write down a good amount of things, not one, a good amount of things that made you think about hidden opportunities. How you can make the most out of the worst. Or when it's a positive thing, how you can make use of that to speed up your progress even faster. So when you wanted to show up as a new person and it didn't work out, be grateful that you noticed. Be grateful that you didn't shame yourself, that you resisted blaming the world and everybody else. While knowing you can learn, make the most out of it. I was once released from a very boring 9-to-5 job, and I immediately started to practice this type of gratitude, and the opportunities were opening in front of me instantly. Seriously, I get an interview within 3 hours of losing that job, and I landed the new job in 8 days. What is this approach doing? It builds your trust in life again. That's what it's all about. You are grateful because you have faith. And I promise you the next day after you do this, you'll wake up so much lighter, happier, and at peace. My favorite personal twist to this is to look for one thing a day that I have not noticed before and I can be grateful for. Again, these can be small things, but try to be playful about it. Notice if you approach something in a new way. If you stayed calm at a point that you would previously freak out. Or if you saw a confirmation that your reality is shifting by experiencing something differently. Go play because life's serious enough. The third approach is the hardest, juiciest, and damn, it works. It is shadow work journaling. In the first approach, you had your AI mentor, so you can rely on them. But in this one, you have to become your own mentor. The good news is that this approach can be much shorter if you're digging in the right places. I would recommend you to give it at least 3 to 5 weeks and see what happens. Picture your mind as a house. The parts you love are always spotless. And then there's the messy closet, and the chair you use only to hang your clothes on, and the dusty top shelves. Ignoring those parts is a form of self-sabotage. You know, these neglected parts are aspects of your shadow that you need to explore and integrate into your new identity. It's a little advanced and adventurous for sure, because you have to be willing to raise your awareness above your shadows. Let's explore how. The first step in this shadow journaling method is to write down your current identity blueprint, how you label yourself. For example, I'm such a people pleaser, I can't say no. Or, I'm a perfectionist, I like to be in control. The second step is to explore why those labels feel true to you. Locate the earliest memory of this fear or label, write it down, hunt it as a detective. If you can't remember, try to ask these questions. Did someone convince you of that? Did you find evidence in your life experience? Why did you let yourself accept it? Understanding the origin is not here to rewrite it with some fluffy affirmation, but it will help you trace the external triggers so you can easily detach yourself from the label and recognize your truth. And the third step is, I already mentioned it, not to rewrite it with a fluffy affirmation, but to uncover how it's holding you back. How does it hinder your progress? Is it stopping you from taking action? How does it block your goals? Be brutally honest. Your perfectionism might be causing you procrastination, or your lack of boundaries is making you waste your time on things you wouldn't do otherwise, and that you could easily invest in your growth. Only then, as a fourth step, write down the identity you want to shift into. What will the truest version of you allow you to do in and with your life? And that's not it. You have to follow up on this one with compassion. What does this new part of you need to feel safe showing up? This is the most important question in this video. What does this new part of you need to feel safe showing up? Your shadow has been blocking it all along. Imagine that all you need in your life is to rest more. And that part of you, the one who would allow it to you, just need to deal with the fact that you will be judged for not being productive enough, or that you won't please everyone. Can you grant yourself that permission? So whatever you come up with, at the end of this step, write down, I allow myself to be me. The fifth and final step is to integrate the shadow. You can hate it, dismiss it, or avoid it. Instead, you have to honor it while returning to your truth, because it's been keeping you safe all of this time. For example, it can sound such as, thank you, inner critic, for trying to protect me. From now on, I'll handle things differently. You have to become a kind older sibling to your current self. Think of yourself as of your wisest version, that always knows what to do, that always knows what to say, that always knows what to act on and what to leave behind. It might be that your shadow will try to sneak in, but once you've seen it, you cannot unseen it. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Before you go, leave a comment down below with your favorite journaling approach. And remember, the inner journey is the biggest adventure of human experience. So go create something great out of it.